Hello everybody and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. So, Burgundy, red Burgundy. I'm going to get at least 35 emails saying, finally jerk off, thank you for finally doing it. So we're going to tackle it today, red Burgundy, Pinot Noir. Pinot's as hot as anything in the wine world, and we're going to do that today. Before I do that, a little bit of news. If you haven't heard, Google has bought YouTube for $1.6 billion, and I know there's a 5 in there, $1.65 billion, all in stock. So that leads me to, just a statement I need to put out there. If YouTube is $1.65 billion, I mean, Wine Library TV, Sergey, Larry, give me a call, a hair over $2 billion, and WLTV and Gary Vaynerchuk can be yours. So, got that out of the way. Other thing, we're in between. It's halftime of the super tasting. Last night was amazing, and all those people that came up to me and said, thank you for Wine Library TV and for Wine Library and for the event, it just warmed my heart. Giving all that money to charity warms my heart. It was a wonderful evening for me and my family, for the Wine Library TV and Wine Library team. Eric was running around taping, a lot of wackiness, a lot of fun, and it was a wonderful night, and I hope to see a lot of you tonight. Okay, Burgundy. Pinot Noir, Burgundy, some of the great wines in the world. Very expensive, very, very high quality, small, tiny, itsy-bitsy spider production, and we're going to tackle it hard. So, Vincent Jardin, 2003, Volnay, Santenot, and this is a 91-point spectator wine, $47, and let's see how it does. Got the big glass out tonight. Just want to smell all that fun stuff that Burgundies offer. So, great color. And sure enough, this is where Burgundy is just so romantic and interesting and thought-provoking and intellectual and just sensational. Great, great nose. Very earthy. Coming through with a little bit of herb, a little mint actually even. But definitely, some horse manure, and and those kind of things. So let's dive into this wine. What's funny about the Volnay Santenot vineyard Pinot Noir? The red wine grapes from Santenot are actually in Meursault. It's a real fun fact for all you wine nerds. It's really cool, but it's actually in the Meursault, which is much more famous for its white wines. This wine is coming off a little dirty, a little off balance, not giving me a lot of flavor either. Very light. I mean, it's got great color for Pinot Noir. Little hints of, mini cherries, ripe young cherries, little green asparagus on the flavor as well. I don't know, it's not really packing as much punch as I'd like. Again, $47, it's expensive for a bottle of wine. You could buy at least a case and a half of $2 Chuck. And 91-point spectator, I think they missed the boat on this a little bit. I think it's a little acidic, a little off balance as well. I'm going to go 87 points on this Pinot. Let's move on. This is the Denis Munero Clos du Loup, which is a tremendous part of Burgundy. This is a Grand Cru. You know what? I'm going to give this a little rinse for fun. It's a big, big glass. Big glass. Alright, let's see what's going on here. This is 89 points Allen Meadows, $55. Oh, baby. This smells like cheese. Let me give you the exact cheese. Very, very cheese. What is the exact cheese? I'm not going to pinpoint it right now, but this is a very, very unique nose. Very terroir driven. There's 80 owners of Clos du Loup vineyards, and that's really broken up into small parts, which makes Clos du Loup very tough, because there's always usually about only 1,000 bottles or 2,000 bottles of each bottling. And Denis makes some great examples of it. Nice color. little bit of charcoal. Hits the palate right away. This is a deeper, more refined wine. Extremely elegant. Very silky smooth on the palate. I mean, like pure silk. Again, dark cherry, little raspberry as well on the hint here. I'm also getting a hint of clove and a little bit of curry, believe it or not, mixed in on the finish, which is quite thought-provoking. It's a nice bottle of wine. Would love to have this paired up with a nice mahi-mahi or a nice fish, something light. This has really got great elegance. And you know what? This is just like a refined person, you know, just that really cool, slick, nice suit. This is a nice, solid effort, and I'm going to score this 91 points. It's a really nice bottle of Pinot Noir. I enjoy this quite a bit. Great nose. I mean, almost like a steak tartare on the nose. I mean, this is a wild, wild wine. Nice. Very nice bottle of Pinot. All right, let's move on. This is the Michael Meunier Maurice Saint Denis 2003 La Chaffaut Burgundy Red and Hello Color. Wow. $67 on this, 92 points. Pierre Ravani, who did the Burgundies for Robert Parker for a long time. Pierre has moved on, as we talked about. There are 17 Premier Crus in Maurice Saint Denis. Wow. And this is one of them. Michael Meunier, really great under-the-radar producer. This is by far the darkest of the Burgundies. Real heavy on the black pepper. I mean, you could see my mood is a little different today with the Burgundies because, you know, I like to think about these wines. These wines really challenge the palate and are really quite exceptional efforts. I mean, there's just some elegance and refinement about Burgundies that are very difficult to find anywhere else in the wine world. Now, you know my thoughts are. I still think they're overpriced Pinots. I really do. I mean, you can get some real clunkers at $200-300, and if nothing else, I mean, it is definitely. Let me take these two. I would say it's definitely the biggest crapshoot in the wine industry. But you know, when you get profound Burgundy, there's not much like it. And this is really wild. I'm getting a very heavy mint, a very, very heavy menthol kind of aspect to the nose. Very obvious too. It's a little more concentrated, a bigger effort, very serious on the palate. Mouthfeel, heavy lushness, completely coats the palate. Still tasting the black currant, the blackberry. You get more black fruit, a little less red fruit in this wine. A little bit of leather, a little bit of venison. You're getting those meaty, earthy tones. Great tannin structure. I mean, this is also an extremely good bottle of wine. I can see where Pierre went with this. Yeah, let's go 92 points on this as well. I think that's right where it belongs. This is a great bottle of Pinot Noir, and if you're in the mood to drop 70 bones, I highly recommend seeking this out. If you've never had great Pinot Noir experience, this is really, really elegant. Really fun. Really interesting. Okay, what do we have here? My good friend Henry Gous, Nuit Saint George, Clos de Perot, which is a 2003 vintage, and 90 to 92 points. Pierre Ravani, $68. Again, big color, 03, really hot vintage in Burgundy. I mean, hot, like shorts and no t-shirt every day, hot. Getting a creamy aspect out of this nose, almost like, it almost smells like eggs, sunny side up. I don't even know why that popped in my head, but that's like the first thing that came to mind. Also getting a little bit of black licorice, very obvious on the nose. It's a mix. black licorice on your sunny side up. You know, it's a great combo. I do it every Sunday before the big Jets game. By far the youngest wine of the bunch. Very, very tight. Wow. Very dry in the palate. Coming off with some cedar notes, a little bit of tobacco. I'm also getting a little bit of a smoked ham flavor on the finish, which is quite nice. I like that. Very dry. You know, really like grabbing a good piece of like dry dirt and just eating it. That's what I'm really getting out of this more than anything, with a ham on it, you know. So get the dirt bomb and put a little ham on it. Nice bottle of wine, very thought-provoking, very interesting, solid. I think it's overpriced. I'm going to go 89 points on this effort, but nonetheless, a very serious and interesting Burgundy. Very serious tone today with the Burgundies. You don't want to disrespect the vineyards. These are classic old world 12th century vineyards. These wines are very thought-provoking and very challenging and very fun, and definitely worth seeking out. Definitely if you're looking for a different change of pace from the fruit and all the oak out there, these are definitely wines that are profound and go tremendous with food. All these wines matched up with some roasts or duck, or especially with fish, if you're in a red wine mood, are a great way to go. I'm a huge fan of Pinot Noir, not because of the movie, but because the wines are completely of elegance, grace, and class. Questions of the day. Zero Crepe says, Gary, what is the best source in your opinion as it relates to the wine world? The Spectator, The Advocate, Wine Library TV? Is there someone under the radar, Wine Zen, that is even better? Also, does Robert Parker know Wine Library TV exists? Have you spoken to him about it? Zero. What is the best source? I think the best source is your own palate. I mean, I know this is my theme, and, you know, Robert Parker does an amazing job. He revolutionized the world. Wine Spectator revolutionized the wine world, getting it out to the masses. You know, you can go to airport and get the Wine Spectator and read it and fall in love with wine. Marvin Shenkin is a marketing genius and brought wine to the world like never before. Stephen Tanzer has his merits, even though he's a very conservative critic. A lot of people love to go with him. You know, I hope I bring a little joy, mixing it up, doing a little bit different. But when it comes down to it, I don't think there's any Yoda of the wine business, you know? I don't think he's hiding in a cave and he's going to be like, you know, here, do this, or, you know, jump in with the swamp monster and you'll figure out everything about wine. Wine is an experience more than anything else. I echo that all the time. Don't forget, and I will bet everybody on this, wines taste different based on your mentality, the experience, the food, the score of the game. Not too many wines showed well on Sunday, for as a matter of fact. So, you know, it's an experience. It's a lifestyle. It's a thought process. And so, to really answer that question, I would say that the best source is your own mentality that day. And more importantly, practice. Taste as much wine as possible. Gary Vaynerchuk is telling you to get wasted on wine every day. But not really. Honestly, taste wine. You will be shocked at the flavors and experiences you're able to get years from now as you continue to develop and hone your palate. As for Robert Parker, I have not talked to him about it, but I hope he's checked it out, and maybe he has. So, let's move on to the next question. Chris Mark Antonio says, Gary, love the show. You're the Ryan Seacrest of wine. Ryan Seacrest? Jeez. I guess that's a compliment. I'll take it. Can you recommend a great wine for watching reruns of 90210? Chris, you are my man. That is awesome. First you diss me or compliment me, and then you ask me what to taste with 90210. And I'm going to tell you right now, the greatest wine in the world to taste with 90210 during the show is California Fumé Blanc. I mean, come on. Of course, it's a natural. You didn't think I'd say anything else. California Fumé Blanc, 90210. You know, Donna and Luke Perry. I mean, come on. Great show. Great question. That's what I love about WLTV viewers. Keep them coming. Come on. Guys, follow Chris's lead. Ask me some obnoxiously ridiculous questions. I love them. Chris R. says, so how do you manage to arrange Lorraine Bracco coming to your store? Did you woo her with the Sopranos Wine Library TV spoof? Chris R., you are correct. And if you haven't heard, guys, if you're anywhere in the area, this Saturday, Lorraine Bracco at WL. That's right, it's going to be awesome. I'll be here all day, obviously. We'll see who gets more fans, Lorraine or me. Yes, we wowed her with the spoof. She saw it, she had to come, and that was it. No, on a serious note, she's got some wines out. This is obviously a great venue for her to get her word out. We're really happy to have her. She's an amazing lady, and we're really, 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 really looking forward to this weekend. Question of the day. Question of the day is this. You're going to pick my wine show tomorrow. We've done this before. I've been asked a lot. We have earmarked, Eric and I, 4 numbers. Those are the numbers of the wines we will taste. So meaning, the 8th post will be a wine we taste tomorrow. But I'm not telling you that because I'm lying. The 8th post won't be. But 4 wines tomorrow, all picked by WLTV viewers. So go and check winelibrary.com, scour it, and pick the wine you want me to taste. I know you're all going to ask for Le Pin, the $2,000 bottle, but get over it. I'm not tasting it. Not until the Wine Library TV party, which is what I'm going to end with. 3 Wine Library TV parties in 2007. I have now declared New York, Chicago, and San Francisco as the 3 spots for WLTV parties. I cannot wait. I'm going to need somebody to step up to be event coordinator in each city. So email me, post in the forums, Wine Library Librarians. This is Gary Vaynerchuk. We'll see you next time on WLTV.